Hey everybody, I thought you might like to see something real quick. I've got a standard full color Hubble version of the Orion Nebula right here, and I've got this in layers. Right behind it I have the creation of Adam, and I figured out a very neat way to kind of show people stuff, and that is basically to zoom in on specific areas and then just erase the top layer in certain areas so you can really see how tight the grid is on this stuff. So to begin with, and we're just going to go ahead and choose a couple areas for you. I think what we're going to do is choose we're going to choose this area right here, which is God's head. It's going to include his ear as well, which is a very defined shape. His cheek, his eyebrow, his mouth, his beard area. The woman that's right here, her face, and instead of exposing her face, we're going to expose her hair around her face so that you can see that this face is actually in the right place. These darker areas right here that form specific lines, we're just going to open those up a little bit so you can see that they remain the same. And then we're going to expose this boy right here, and then we'll probably take away some of the arm right here, which is God's arm. And the reason I'm going to do it this way is to show you just how tight the grid work is. Now when we start here, I want to show you something kind of interesting. Nothing's been altered to this image yet. But I want you to notice that this particular area that you see right here, that is the inner ear part of God. This whole area right here, including this area, is the earlobe and the ear, and you can actually see that it is shaped just like that as well, including the cheekbone area of God, his eyebrow, where his eye is, where his mouth is, this darker area right here, and then his beard flowing out that you see right here. Now, the first thing we're going to take a look at is just the ear. So what I'm going to do is just to show you how tight this actually is, and we compare this to other areas on the photo, we're going to see just how incredible this actually is. So we're going to start taking away the top layer, and as you can see right behind it, is the actual ear of God. Now we'll back off, just return back to normal so you can see what that looked like again. So that's what it looked like originally, and then we're going to take that top layer off again, and you're going to notice that it's very, very close. Now if we imagine that this inner ear part is a very specific shape in a very tight grid area, also you're going to notice here's the eyebrow of God, the cheek, the eye, and his mouth down here, and then of course his beard flowing out. So now we're going to come over to the other side of the photo, and we're going to take a look at her right here. That's the woman that's always seen, even mentioned in some articles. And what we're going to do to show her is we're just going to expose the hair that's underneath, and you're going to see that it follows the outline of her face right here. Now remember, the ear on the other side of the photo has not changed positions at all. And so that means clear on the other side of this photo, we have something matching up to something completely different. And as you can see, it's right in line with exactly where it should be. Now we're going to take a look at a couple more areas here. Let's take a look at God's arm real quick. And what you'll notice is this is all the nebula right here, and this is God's arm moving into the bright area right up here where the shoulder area is. And then we're going to expose this right here. This dark area right here will remain. All the shading will still remain where it is. And then finally we'll take a look at this boy right here. The bright area that you see going in an angle down, that's the bridge of his nose. See? If we wanted to, we could expose her face, but we don't need to do that. So, with all of these things where they are, and all the way down to very, very small spots, because if we back out on this whole photo, that's a very, very small area in the whole, in this whole photo. You can see just how small that area is. You can see just how in line all these areas are. And so I thought you would like to see that. And let's just go ahead and expose the rest of God's arm here. And so there we go. Here's what it looks like. And there's actually one more photo I did just so you can kind of get an idea of patching. So on this one, what I've done is just taken off certain areas here and there, kind of left it patchy so you can kind of see as you go from one photo to the next, you can see how they just flow. Like her face flows into the photo, and his head flows into the ear, and his beard, and so forth. And this area shading up here, the way his hair flows into all of that, and the way his arm moves through. So I thought you would like to see that. It's just a different technique, and you know, I mean, at this point I know there's really no denying it at all. I mean, you can deny it, but you really wouldn't be smart if you did, because it would show that you weren't paying attention. But this is truth, folks. This is the phenomenon that's going on, and people don't like it. They're going to, put me through hell in order to keep this from getting out. But it's only a matter of time. So I just thought I'd show you all this technique. Y'all take care. Talk to you soon.